When you're a kid, you never really know what memories will stay with you.
Let's go.
What moments will shape your life. The experiences that we never forget. That fill us with wonder and spark our imaginations. When you're a kid, the world is big. We believe everything is possible. And dreams seem larger than life. We all have to grow up someday. And even though today we might be a little bit older, those dreams have never changed. Suddenly, it all comes back. The wonder, the joy, the magic, the chance to drive the world's best. And a family of drivers from around the globe. And at the start of each day, it's that simple feeling of being a kid again. We've driven hundreds of thousands of miles since those days. From coast to coast and all the roads in between. We've had decades of experiences while building our own memories along the way. But the road always leads us back together. This time, back to where our dreams began. A family tradition and a legacy of trucks, a century in the making. Here's to another 100 years on the open road.
Hey everyone, and welcome along to today's stream. It's so great to have you all. It's wonderful to have you all along for such a special occasion. As you can see, we're joined by a plethora of guests here in the studio. We're not only joined by Namiro,
hey everyone,
PR and marketing manager live at the studios in Prague, but also joined as well by Dan. He hasn't got a title for some reason, but Dan is here as well.
Dan still has no title.
Dan. That's the title. Dan, it's great to have you along with us. Maybe you could introduce yourself.
Chet, you have to guess his role.
Hi. I'm Daniel. I'm here from vehicle department.
He's just passing by. He was just walking around the office. So you were like, "Hey, come in. You will be famous."
That's it. But yeah, we got Dan here from the vehicle department. Dan, it's great to have you along with us. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks.
Wonderful to have you on. Thank you for being here. But we're also joined by very two special guests to my left-hand side here. From Kenworth, we have both Bree and Sarah. Sarah, maybe we can start off with you first. Sarah, how are you doing today? It's great to have you along.
Excellent. Thank you for having me. And is my audio okay? Hopefully all right?
Yep.
I believe
yep.
so.
Phillips
Okay.
gives thumbs up, so...
Everyone's giving thumbs up. It's all sounding good. Wonderful.
Perfect.
And maybe, Sarah, you could give yourself a little bit of an introduction for those who might not know what you do over at Kenworth.
Absolutely. So my name's Sarah Abernethy. I am the vocational marketing manager. So I cover our vocational lineup of trucks, which excellent to be here today because it includes the W9, which we're really excited to talk about.
Oh, very excited indeed.
Awesome.
Absolutely. And so many people in our chat as well. And we've also got Bree as well. Bree, it's great to have you along. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Just got back from a trade show where we showed the T680 that you guys highlighted in the video at the opener there.
Fantastic. I bet that was a lot of fun. Was there like a lot of attention from the crowds there?
Oh yeah, it was the first time people had gotten a chance to see it in person, and it really feels like trade shows are back in general in our industry.
I'm jealous. I wish I could have been there. It's really cool. It's always nice to kind of be at those kind of events, seeing the hype and everybody coming around to check out the new trucks and little bits that are happening as well. But we appreciate you being here as well for our stream and to our chat as well. Apologies for the little bit of delayed start. You know, it wouldn't be an SES stream without a few little problems on our technical side. But we're glad that we can all be here. Of course, we're here for a very special occasion. That is Kenworth's 100-year anniversary. That's such a massive milestone. 100 years. It's pretty amazing to be able to be celebrating that, and we're more than thankful that both Sarah and Bree can be here with us today to tell us a little bit more about Kenworth and the celebrations you're doing and everything you're doing for the 100th anniversary of Kenworth. As well in chat, I can see you're also very excited as well. We appreciate anyone who's watching from all over the world. Maybe really quickly we can get a location check. Let us know where you're watching from in the world. It's always great to know about our international audience that's watching and interested in Kenworth trucks as well. Who have we got? People from India, Norway, Portsmouth, the UK, Finland, Brazil, Germany, Connecticut, USA, Italy, Utah, Berlin, all over the world. We've got people everywhere, so we appreciate you all being here today.
Absolutely.
And,
but we kind of we have a title for my colleague here as well, Daniel.
Hey, Dan's got it.
Hey.
He's got the title. It's
So
official
chat,
now.
everyone, please meet Daniel, our colleague who is 3D graphic designer in vehicle department, right?
Hello once more.
Absolutely, no, it's fantastic. It really is. Now, of course, we're celebrating 100 years of Kenworth, and really I wanted to quickly delve into Kenworth and their history and where it all began. Some of you may know the story, maybe some of you don't. It'd be really interesting to find out. And I'm not sure who would be best to talk about the history. Sarah, Bree? Bree? Yeah,
It'd
Bree,
be
we'd
me.
love to hear more about it, yeah.
Yeah, so about 18 months ago, as we kind of realized 2023 is going to be a huge year for us, we made different committees within the marketing team, and I took the lead for our history committee. So I'm pretty well familiar with our history, so I'll give a little brief overview.
That'd be great, yeah.
Kenworth was founded January 22nd in 1923 out in Seattle. Kenworth is still headquartered out in the Seattle area. And they actually signed the paperwork at 9:04 a.m., which I thought was going to be cool had we started on time, because it would have been about 9:04 when we kicked this off.
Dang.
But we're close. We're close.
We're close.
So it was founded by Harry Kent and Edgar Worthington, and they set out to build trucks that were suitable for the Western conditions. So obviously we have in the U.S. the Rocky Mountains, we've got just steeper grades, more primitive roads, and longer hauls that truckers had to face back in the 20s compared to Eastern truck manufacturers. So Kenworth really focused in on that niche, and their top salesman, Vernon Smith, would go out and meet a customer where the customer was. He'd get the notes on what they needed, and he'd come back to the factory and he'd be like, here's my notes, just build this.
Just do it.
There wasn't like it wasn't go build a W9 with an 18-speed transmission in this axle. It was, well, they're going to be driving up some pretty rough roads, so we're going to need to put something together for them, and they want this much fuel, It was an incredibly custom truck manufacturer when it started, and we still hold that spirit today.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
What a history. And, the past 100 years, the growth, the vehicles that have been put out to this day have become legendary in their own right. And maybe, Sarah, I'm not sure if you'd be the best person to talk about this, but how has that all changed today? Kenworth is such a massive production now with so many different options for drivers, almost a little bit spoiled in that case in terms of what you offer, and obviously modern safety standards and technologies and everything. It must be quite impressive changes, from your history, from where it all began.
Absolutely, yeah. I've only been with the company now for the last 2 years or so, but just in the last couple years, even seeing that change from, introducing technology features and a lot of the safety features that you might know in your passenger cars coming into the trucking industry has been really cool to witness.
Absolutely, yeah. No, we've seen it when we've been lucky enough to go over to different expos and such. Nemo, you were in Canada not too long ago, right?
sir.
You saw quite a few new things there. Also at the massive events that happen over here in Europe as well. So you can see how the market and technology and everything is shifting, and you're always doing your best at trying to provide the best truck out there for drivers on the road, as safe as possible, as efficient as possible, and that's what you love to see. And I know that's what Kenworth is all about as well. They're always about bringing the best to the road, which is what we love to see and hear as well. And of course, I imagine this year there's so much going on with the 100th anniversary of Kenworth. There must be a lot in the works, and already a lot has happened as well. Maybe Sarah, you can tell us a little bit more what's been going on with the 100 years of Kenworth and what you've been doing to celebrate.
Absolutely. There has been, it seems kind of like a nonstop celebration from our birthday earlier on in January this year. We have had quite a few employee engagement events here just at Kenworth Division and with our plants in Chillicothe, Ohio, and in Renton, Washington, St. Therese as well in Canada. Really getting the employees and everybody who helps to make the world's best trucks, together and excited about this 100th year and all that has, come before us and hopefully the next 100 years, right?
Absolutely.
We also are planning a lot of 100th anniversary engagement at our trade shows this year. So I'll let Bree speak to, I think it was TMC just that we had here in the last week where we kind of kicked off some of that celebration. But we have a couple shows coming up as well, NTEA Work Truck Week, and we'll also have Con Expo in Las Vegas, which will have some really exciting 100th anniversary content as well.
Awesome.
And that's just the start.
Yeah.
And I believe...
But I think the most exciting one, though, that we just released our press release for yesterday is we will be going back to Mid-America Truck Show this year.
I just wanted
Let's
to
go.
ask.
So
I
think that's important to call out because it's a public show.
Yeah.
So if you have people on the stream that are in the area, we will have all our 100th year trucks present there to see, and if they've got a CDL, even hop in and drive.
That's amazing. I just wanted to ask if you guys going to be there because Oscar and me, we will be there as well. So I'm definitely going to check the anniversary edition of the trucks. I don't have CDL license, so I might not be able to drive. I was going to say that's what we're missing. Unfortunately, but
we need that, Nibbo. Yeah. We need that. So we can go, me, you, and Dan. We need to do a crash course so then we can go out, and to drive those trucks. Because that does sound pretty amazing.
Can't wait.
Maybe some people have heard about those kind of special trucks that you are releasing for the 100 years of Kenworth. And those are pretty special. In fact, they're even pretty much in the title, special and limited edition. And I've seen a few photos around on your website. I know our community has as well. They've been tweeting at us. They've been posting to us saying, "Hey, have you seen this truck?
Yeah,
we've seen that truck. It's pretty cool. It's very, very cool." Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. So we want to go into the special edition W9L, which is obviously one of the most exciting models I think we've had the pleasure of releasing. So there's a lot of special edition, or rather a 100th anniversary logo. You'll see this logo, on this side here, quite a lot throughout the interior of the truck. It's offered on our W900 extended day cab, the 72-inch flat top sleeper, and the 86-inch Aerodyne Studio sleeper. So get a lot of great options there. I think one of the most remarkable features that you guys have probably seen online and that you've been seeing posted is this Centennial paint scheme. So that's a really special paint scheme. It was actually submitted by a Kenworth employee here, and we really went through some voting processes and got some colors ironed out that really represented Kenworth's history, and we wanted to make it look great. So it was a really special paint scheme to see it all come together with on those trucks, and finally seeing the whole package come together. It was really exciting to see. So we're really proud of that paint scheme.
So that was some kind of internal competition among the employees, who are going to design the most suitable scheme, and that was then voted and selected. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is really, really cool. I kind of wish I was a part of that actually now. It would have been cool to design a truck, have a little part of your work in there. I think that's really cool indeed. And definitely worthy of the anniversary, having such an amazing limited edition, special edition kind of truck made for the 100th year anniversary. And you've pretty much gone all out, which is great to see. And you're talking about the W900, and that truck in itself is a pretty much a legend on the road. Nimro's driving it here right
Yeah.
now on the road as well. In our community, a lot of people love to drive it. You know, are you able to talk a little bit maybe about the birth of the W900, if you know much about the subject? I'm not sure if Bree or Sarah better about the history of it.
Yeah, so it's interesting when you talk about we've been around for 100 years now, and the W9 has been part of more than half of that legacy.
Wow.
So the very first W9 was introduced in 1963, and it was called the W9. W for Worthington is one of Kenworth's founders. The same year we introduced the K100 cabover, K for Kent for the other founder. And the W9 has stayed timeless since then. You know, we've released a few iterations, we've made some changes, we've made the hood longer. But in 1990, we released the W900L, and it's crazy to think that that truck has been around as long as I've been on this earth. And it is still kicking, and it is still like one of the most beloved trucks in the industry. So it's been amazing to bring this limited edition package to light that Sarah mentioned.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that impressed me or like surprised me a lot when we were last year when we were participating in the Truck World Canada, and we talked with someone from your team there. They told us like that the W900 truck is still like one of the most like requested trucks from your customers, like, you know, to this day, because like everyone wants the legend,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. And I've actually just started a poll in our chat here on Twitch, asking our chat how many of them own a W900 in American Truck Simulator. It would be interesting to know how many people have driven it within American Truck Simulator. Maybe you've driven it in real life as well. I've not had the privilege yet of being up close to a W900, but I'm sure it's a magnificent as it is in real life as it is in game, if not even better, because I'm sure it's definitely a lot larger than I imagine it to be on the road for sure. So far, 91% of people are saying that they have or do own a W900 in American Truck Simulator, and they drive with it as well, which is really, really awesome to see. Got a few other people here saying they have 3 of them in their garage, 4 of them in their garage. Definitely a
All
popular
different
One
choice.
is not
paint
enough,
schemes, I
right?
hope.
One is never enough. Why not have one? You can have multiple of them. So yeah, definitely a popular choice in American Truck Simulator, which is always really, really cool to see. And it's great to see that popularity there as well. And Nimro, I know you're a big fan of it as well. I often see you driving on the road as well.
It's one of the like trucks I love the most within our game. And also it's a good story that, you know, this actual truck was the very first truck that was in the game when we released it back in the days, right? So when the American Truck Simulator came out in 2016, Kenworth W900 was the truck that was there from the day one. So
It sure was.
It's
yeah.
kind of a celebration for us as well. It's not 100 years though, but
Not quite.
Not quite.
a little bit off, but yeah. And honestly, it's been so nice to have Kenworth in American Truck Simulator since day one as a partner, and and now we're coming to this very special occasion. And actually, well, we got a few things we want to talk about. Maybe a few things we want to show off. Nimro, what do you think?
I'm
Do you think
trying.
the time is right?
I'm trying to kind of like hint what's happening, and
Yeah.
also I'm checking if anyone in the chat can actually spot it, because like for the opportunity to join the celebrations of your amazing anniversary, our amazing vehicle department decided to go and basically completely rework the truck from scratch, right? To keep it like up to top level quality to today's standard, right? Dan, is that correct?
That's true. That's true. We decided to give it a refresh. So from initial ideas of refreshing the old model that we had in the game, we ended up actually to change the whole thing from the scratch.
Which is incredible to even hear that we have a complete rebuild of the work. And I was going to say, Dan, you're not here just to look good on the stream, as great as you look on the stream right now. You've got a lot to talk about because this is such a big project, right?
Even more for him. But hold on a second. Something happened, and we just lost Bree on Discord. I don't know if she's still able to hear us, but if yes, Bree, can you try to reconnect? But I can see her as offline, so maybe her connection went down.
Yeah, I think her internet's just leave down. Let's try and get her reconnected here really quickly.
Okay, cool.
That's all right.
Okay,
No
cool.
worries. We got a little bit of time.
Chat,
That's okay.
you,
That's not a
if we would tell all the technical issues we had to sort before the stream, you wouldn't believe us.
You would not believe it. It's a miracle that we're here right now streaming. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. Then. So while we're waiting for Bree to reconnect,
Yeah,
maybe then.
Yeah, as I wanted to say, I'm
Yeah.
blocking another fellow trucker here. Could you believe that? Sorry.
Should let him in.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm just showcasing the completely reworked truck. Come on.
Yeah. We definitely want to take a look
Now
at
we've
that.
got two though.
You can see he has the same car, so
Yeah.
it's
He
obvious
wants to
how
join.
So we're
popular
friends.
truck it is.
He wants to be famous as
It
well.
is.
But before we lost Bree, I was telling like Dan here, you was as you told me, you was one of the guys like who worked on the truck back in the days, right?
Yeah,
And-
actually,
and-
it's maybe quite fun fact that the initial model in our game was created by me. So actually, not the whole truck, because each time it's at least work for two people at the model itself. So exterior was done by one of my ex-colleague Hinek, but interior was done by Hinek, but I did the exterior part. So what we had for game for last, I think, maybe 7 years, it was created by me. So when we decided to refresh it, it was obvious that I will take the part in this task once more, and then
Yeah.
it started. It started this nice challenge or work for the anniversary occasion.
Awesome.
I was gonna say I couldn't think of a more suitable person for the project to take on that remodel, and obviously you having the better knowledge of the truck since you built it in its original state, and now working on the remodel, and it comes with a ton of new features, changes, and more. And we're going to delve into it in just a minute, but first I think we just need to make sure that we can hear Sarah and Bree okay. I mean, we got Bree's
Yeah,
twin
Bree.
sister on stream as well. We got
two Brees now.
we got two Brees.
So yeah, I already wrote to Philip
to
to hide the previous webcam from Bree, and okay, chat, we are sorry, all the technical issues appeared today for some reason, but you can see we are trying to find them. We are trying to find them.
We are doing our best here. All right, let's
Bree
see
might
if
be
we
back
can
on.
figure this out.
on
Yeah,
Remodel.
yeah. Bree's back on Discord. Okay, cool.
Okay, we can hear Bree.
Thanks for bearing with us.
We're literally in two rooms next to each other, basically.
Okay.
Okay, no worries. I think we can hear Bree on Discord, but I'm not sure if we can hear her on the stream because we have double.
Now we can. Okay.
We have
We are getting his office tour as well.
office tour.
Nice.
Office tour.
Yes. Yes.
There we go.
Awesome.
Well, hopefully that's going to be working. Okay, chat.
Chat, let us know.
Let us know if there's any problems.
Do you hear Bree as well?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Chat.
Give us
Yes.
a thumbs up. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Perfect.
All right, well, I'm back where I started.
Yeah.
Welcome back. It was great to meet your
All
twin
right.
sister for a short time. It was great to have her here, but no, we got to get back on track with things here with the truck.
Yes.
And talking about here, just about the remodel, and Dan that was part of the project here and remodeling this whole vehicle. And maybe are we able to jump into a garage or something? Maybe Nimro? Take a closer
Garage.
look, or
I would go for a dealer.
yep.
Visit, select the dealer. I cannot because I'm at the job, so let me cancel the job.
The job's not important. We got a good truck to look at. We got a good truck.
And let's jump to this dealer. And now let's get to this beauty.
Look at this. Let's have a look at this up close now. Maybe you can notice some changes, chat. Maybe you can't. But we're gonna walk through it a little bit because we've got Dan here, who also worked on the project on the remodel of the truck, and there's been a lot of changes that have come around. for this remodel of the Kenworth. In fact, so much so, I have quite a long list. But Dan, maybe you could talk a little bit more in depth on what exactly has been included and changed in this remodel for the standard edition of the W900.
Okay, so maybe where to start? Maybe I can say the full story that from when
Go
we
for
were
it.
do, yeah.
Go for it.
approached by Kenworth people to put into game the anniversary edition of the truck.
Yeah.
Maybe we can see in a while. We first thought that it will be quite easy way to put it into game. Anyway, we had the truck in game already, so it was just about to creating this paint job scheme and some elements. But at that time, we haven't seen the truck yet, so it was like we were just thinking what it would be about.
We were like, okay, it's gonna be a special nice paint job, and that's gonna be it. But we were quite wrong.
Still quite plenty of time to do it, and we can manage it. So then my colleagues Oscar, George, and Matej went for a trip to Kenworth facility, and when they came back with all these references of new actual anniversary truck, that we starting to compare what we have in game and what actual anniversary truck looks like, and that we starting to realize it's probably a very big task actually, because most of the parts that were on actual truck were different from what we have in game, because maybe I can say also that the initial model of the truck itself in the game was created according to one old school truck shooted here in Prague,
in Czech Republic,
and it was I think it was from some 90s.
Yeah, it was heavily modified as well, right?
And heavily modified as well.
So any references you guys
were comparing to the new one, everything was different, like door handles, handrails, bumpers, everything. So the front blinkers, rear bumpers, everything was slightly different. For instance, the fuel tanks, you can see that these what we have now in game has def tanks, and there's door steps connected to it are different as well. It's a little longer. This version is a little longer. So we really started. I think it was in December when we started to realize, oh man, this going to be a huge. We need to scrap it and do it from scratch, like everything from scratch. So, but the issue was there. We knew that there is not much time to do it. So I think we decided to use something that we could, but to improve the rest, improve as much as we could in this very little short time frame. But for instance, the frame of the truck itself is completely new. So it's recreated from the references of the new special anniversary edition. So it's a little newer, and all these elements, like I said before, the tanks, door steps, everything is new. The headlamps were recreated to have nicer look. Blinkers, we put some new options, but we wanted to remain or retain for people the older options as well. So it's really about the player. If he prefers the beautiful new LED blinkers or the more old school stylish blinkers that we have now on the truck, if I'm seeing it correctly.
Awesome, and I can see that Chet already spotted that we now have also the XT886 Studio Sleeper. They went crazy about it.
Yeah, I wanted to say one more thing was that there was completely new large cabin, 86-inch sleeper that we didn't have in game at the time. So it was obvious that it really needs a complete recreation.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And I've heard that 86 Studio Sleeper is absolutely massive. Sarah, Bree, I'm not sure if you've been in the larger variant there of the cab, but I'm sure you can attest to how much space is actually in there, and it all comes down to having that driver comfort for those long hauls on the road, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have an 86-inch studio sleeper down at our R&D center, and I was fortunate enough to get to go in there, and it's the size of the first apartment that I had. It's pretty spacious in there.
Wow. Okay, that really sums it up. The size of your first apartment, so loads and loads of space in there, which is great for a driver on the road to be able to have that space for storage, to kind of move around, to have a different place to sit when they're using it to sleep as well. And not only that, but the amount of options that are offered here as well within the W900 is fantastic. You will really customize it to your liking, and I'm sure that those options are all available to real life drivers as well if they wanted to change it the way that they want. I'm sure maybe Bree, you can say as well that you get lots of requests for different customizations and drivers having preferences on how they like their truck, right?
Oh, yeah, we still hold that legacy of being a custom truck builder, and we take it very seriously. I mean, you look at the ways people modify their W9s, whether it's from the factory with their paint schemes and kind of how they're combining everything, or with some of the aftermarket chrome pieces we have. I mean, we love to see what people are able to do with their trucks.
That's fantastic, and I'm sure you're going to see a lot of that from our players as well. Lots of people in the chat absolutely loving the amount of options you've got here. Nimmo, when you clicked on the little options tab and all those dots appeared all over the truck, they were like, boom, mind blown sort of thing, because there's a lot of them there. You can see how many customizations you can make now. Dan and everyone else that was involved in this project as well. It's incredible to see how much work customizations is available here. There's so much.
We really try to separate the truck as much as possible, so it's hella of customization here, and I think people will love it. We even before there was this we call it side deflectors on the cab. It was attached to the cabin, and player just couldn't detach it by himself. Now it's all optional, so even the roof, cab deflector is optional, so player can choose either if he like
God, look at how big that is.
the aero cup version or not. So it's really up to him.
Incredible. And I've also been told as well there's a few really unique customization options in here as well. I know, Nimmo, just a minute ago you were in the interior, but you can also have now the interchangeable interior seats.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
I've been checking them.
Yeah, you were checking them out earlier there, so you can change your seats around, you can change the benches, you can change the trims and sunroof options. There's so many
also,
options there
as you
now
mentioned,
available.
there's also now a new option, which is sunroof.
Sunroof. Oh man, catch some rays, get a tan while you're driving.
Get a tan, yeah.
not just your arm anymore. Your whole body can get a tan now. That's perfect. I'm loving that.
Maybe there is
That's fantastic.
one more little backstory about this option, because originally, in-game model was in our game always with the roof window. So when we realized that the anniversary track that we were shooting is actually without the roof window, and we really tried to reproduce it as much real as possible, because I think it's how it looks best. Yeah. So we were at the decision, either we can just completely remove this window option, or keep it and won't be true to the real of the anniversary edition. And then we decided, okay, why not to let player choose what he prefers. And there it is. This is the option no other truck in game has. So this is very, very
exclusive,
putting a bar a little higher. And we really wanted some exclusive treatment to this occasion of 100 years of anniversary, because then we may wait another 100 for something like that. So rather put it now.
Will it be you to be working that again?
We're gonna bring you back.
My reincarnation.
That's it. I look forward to it. But what a worthy milestone of it, and honestly, smashed it out of the park. And again,
maybe if I
do want to stress, it is a remodel.
Can suggest Nemiro if we can really go and look for the actual anniversary. Edition.
I was.
Yeah.
I was hiding that for. Okay.
Yeah.
So chat, I saw a lot of you asking for it already, or mentioning that you spotted some of the options. So, also, what we or our vehicle department decided to do, thanks to the amazing opportunity from Kenworth Trucks, is to recreate the actual anniversary edition.
Woohoo! Look at that. What a beauty.
So that's the truck you saw at the beginning of the stream. That's the truck you can see behind Brianna, right? Am I right? Is that one, right?
Yeah.
Behind you on the TV.
Yeah, that's the truck.
It is awesome looking. Let's delve into that. That's right. You are being spoiled for this 100th anniversary. You're not only receiving a complete remodel of the W900, but also the special anniversary, the special and limited edition.
Yeah, and as you
It's
can,
the W900. Is it S or LS? Or I've forgotten what the actual abbreviation there is for it, but it's all decked out in 100th anniversary.
yeah, and as you can see,
markings and everything.
Our
Fantastic.
first thought that it's gonna be only about the paint was so wrong, because there is so much of it.
So
Yep.
many little details. Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe we can run through some of those details. I know we talked a little bit about them earlier, but you've got the beautiful Kenworth 100 kind of badges and signage there all around,
Exhaust
and it's such an
pipes.
awesome design. Yeah.
Yep.
And
And the sun visor as well. There's a little etching in there, very subtle, but that also has that Kenworth 100 logo on it as well.
awesome. And also on the interior
on
as
the
well. I
back.
think this is what I'm most excited to see.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
this.
Yeah,
I love
know
this
Alex
trim.
already,
It's
already
beautiful.
had that on his background.
Even on the
Gave it away.
seats, these tiny, I don't know the correct word for it in English, but
They're little tags.
yeah,
Yeah, little tags, yeah.
I
saying
must say
100.
these seats are my favorite. I really like this kind of material. Because
Oh yeah.
part is leather, but
Yeah.
the other part, I don't know what it is, but it looks super cool. To me, it looks something like a carbon fiber. I know it is not
It's
carbon
kind of like-
fiber, but it evokes
Yeah, like the
that
perforated
feeling.
texture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fantastic. And I have to ask, I'm not sure who would be best to ask, Sarah or Brianna, do you know how long this kind of limited edition truck has been in the works for? You know, the design process and everything like that? Has it been a long time coming, or?
You know, I think with everything that happened in COVID, we kind of got caught off guard coming out of it, and we went, it's 2021. We have an anniversary coming up. We need to, we need to just like hit the gas pedal on like, what are we going to do to celebrate? So we actually threw this together in like record time, I would say, for an interior package, and it turned out better than we expected. I mean, to go from where we were pitching this idea to where it is now with the 900 that we're going to build for this, and they're numbered. You can see it on the glove box there. It's just been an amazing process to see. I'm so glad everyone can like see them and order them and start to really get out and experience the truck.
Right, yeah, no, it really is an impressive sight to see. I imagine both of you have had a chance to kind of look at one for yourselves in real life, I imagine. You said you have the trade show, right? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually have one in our marketing fleet. It's the one that I believe, Bree, this one was modeled after, right? So, yeah, we have.
Yeah, this is number one.
Number one of 900.
one.
And yes.
001. I hope
So maybe
I'm not
I
sure
have
if we
a
the detail for
question.
that somewhere.
Are these different numbers also different in accessories? Are there any differences from number 1 and number 20?
So in terms of the serialization, so these are still fully customizable trucks. They're still, you can still spec them the way that you want them. So they will be different customer to customer. They aren't all going to be just like this, or, you know, you have different sleeper options and all the things that you've already kind of run through and how many different things you can choose to make the truck your own. But the couple things that will be the same if you do select the package will be those 100th anniversary badges. The exhaust shield is optional, but I would imagine most folks are probably going to be speccing that on their 100th anniversary. And then there's that serialization badge down on the dash, rather on the glove box, kind of just above that 100th anniversary logo there, that silver one there, that silver
we
bar.
have it as well, and ours is
Yeah.
the first out of 900 as
Number
well.
one is
Number
there.
one.
You can see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're going to limit it in the game to only allow 900 to be purchased, but in the real world, there will be only 900.
Oh, I think there might be a little bit of a riot with our players if we only allowed 900 of them out of the the hundreds of thousands of players that are playing at any given time. So, I think that might be a little bit mean. I think it'd be nice to give everyone the opportunity to check out this beautiful truck. And wow, I mean, what a design it is. The amount of work that have gone in from both sides, Dan, and then also Bree and Sarah on your side at Kenworth, the teams there. It's been such an amazing cooperation. I imagine you've all had a lot of communication between both us and Kenworth to provide a lot of details. And there's a lot of details there, so I imagine there was a lot of exchanges going on. And we couldn't honestly thank you enough for the opportunity to be able to bring this into the game. And Dan, I'm sure you're quite excited as well now to see it in the game, and the reactions from our community as well, who are absolutely going crazy, can I just add as well. I mean, rightly so, because they are absolutely loving the look and the details and the options that are coming with this 100th anniversary W900. And I mean, what a beauty she is. Nimmo putting in the first miles there as well. He's excited to get out on the road. He's just straight out there.
I'm just cruising, slowly, so everyone can see, everyone can closely watch.
Yeah, no, it really is a lovely looking truck, and with all the details as well. And I think the remodel is fantastic to also have this as an addition. I think it's incredible. It's really a great addition for American Truck Simulator, and I know that the community are going to absolutely love to get their hands on as well. As was it Muraz in the chat saying that's such an important classic to have, very much needed. There you go. So lots of love coming in from the chat as well. And one thing as well I noticed as well, just every part you're looking at, it's been completely redone to all the references. Dan, I imagine it must have been quite challenging at times, right, to kind of get every little bit right.
Yeah, actually, it's creating truck model into game is never one-man show, so there were plenty of people involved, and maybe I can now raise a little other guys that were working.
Yeah,
because the interior we are looking at now, it's the work of one of my colleague Vitaly. Then if you look on the dash itself, the gauges and the dashboard computers, that's work of my other colleagues, Siso and 50 Keda. And I think they really did tremendous job about the details, how much detail we put into this interior. So big shout to them. And maybe I can, when I'm at it, all the paint jobs had to be recreated for this truck, because when something is recreated, also all paint job schemes we have in the game, and there is, I think, not just a few of them, but everything had to be remapped, changed. So I think very big shout out to them for their work.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of hard work has gone into this, but the results are incredible. And we actually have Sissel in our chat as well, our colleague who's working on it. So big shout out to you, Sissel. We appreciate your work that's gone into this as well. I know how hard it is to kind of keep these things secret from people, especially as a project as exciting as this. But it's great to be able to get it out there to our community. And I'm sure Sarah and Bree as well, you're pretty excited to see it. It must be a little bit weird when we're seeing such a lifelike remodel of a truck that you see, daily in our game. And what are your first thoughts on seeing it right now?
It's impressive. I mean, to see it put into the game at the quality and how true to reality it is.
Yeah, it's really, really, really cool. And for those who play in VR, I'm sure they're going to see a lot of details as well. They'll be able to kind of look up close at all the work there as well. But absolutely, yeah, it's fantastic to have this cooperation, and such a worthy milestone as well, 100 years. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more exciting things coming from Kenworth as well. A lot more things planned for the future. Have you already had kind of like a big party as well at the offices for that yet, Sarah? Or
a big party, we have that planned for the company later on this year, and for our customers later on this year as well. We really do not take parties lightly, I will say that. This whole year is designed to be one big celebration, and we're really, really excited to not only have that kind of feeling around the office here, but also just being able to celebrate that and share with our customers, dealers, everyone that we interact with in the industry. It's just been really fun to be able to share that excitement about this whole milestone with everybody.
Absolutely. And I know that you said that you've only been at the company just for a few years, but has there been any highlights so far in your time at Kenworth?
Oh my goodness. I think not to hit this one too hard, but seeing this truck come to life and seeing all that went into it with the marketing team, I kind of jumped in a little bit of the way through. Kind of the ball had already been moving to what Bree had mentioned coming out of COVID, but seeing it come to life and all of the excitement, and to what you were saying about how it's hard to keep a secret. Oh my gosh, was it hard? It was like everybody in this whole wing of the building was like, can we release it? Like, people just want to see it. We want to get it out there. And so I think being there for that part of it and that anticipation was really, really special too. But I think the highlight has to be seeing the 100th anniversary really kick off just earlier this month, and to see this truck, come to life.
Awesome. And Bree, the same question goes to you. Have you had any kind of highlights at your time at Kenworth so far, would you say?
I would say so. I've been in the marketing team for about 3 years now, and I came over as we were planning to launch the T680 refresh, the T680 Next Gen. And to Sarah's point about seeing a truck come to fruition, the first Next Gen I saw, I was speechless, because we had managed to make the truck look so modern, so aerodynamic. And I know we're all focused on the W9 here, but as the on-highway person, that to me was just one of the coolest things, to see that truck come out and come to fruition. And now we've got the signature edition T680 to celebrate our 100th anniversary as well.
Yeah, and you can actually see both of those over your website. You have like a whole page dedicated to the 100 years. We've been throwing out your socials every few minutes on our chat and everything like that, but if people wanted to find out more about the 100th anniversary and the special limited editions and tell their friends about it and everything, where can they go to? Just to the main webpage and they can find it there, or?
Yeah. To kenworth.com for info on the trucks, and then we've got a history page that really walks through so much info about our company. We've got kind of a full timeline of our history, but also archives where we're uploading information to that we've digitized over the past year.
Oh, cool.
And then as a campaign throughout the year, we're going to be launching 100 stories, where you're going to hear from longtime employees, customers, drivers.
100 of them?
100 of them, like little short, 90-second stories, roughly, just about kind of what does Kenworth mean to them, what was their significant Kenworth memory. So we're going to keep it going throughout the year.
That sounds great. That's a really cool little idea and a really nice way to mark the 100th anniversary with the people who make Kenworth what it is today. Everybody in the company, the drivers and more. And chat, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. Make sure you go follow Kenworth Trucks on their social media. I'm not sure if Sarah or Bree, if either of you run the social media, but you're probably going to get spammed, so I apologize in advance. But make sure to go give the Kenworth team a lot of love. Go give them a follow on their Twitter. I know they've got Facebook, I know they've got Instagram as well. And make sure you use their special hashtag Kenworth100 tag that they've got going on for the 100th anniversary. Share your stories and how much you love Kenworth, whether it's in-game, in real life. I know we have a lot of people that drive trucks in real life, or maybe their families involved in trucking as well. So make sure if you haven't already, go give them a lot of love. Go wish them a happy anniversary, happy birthday, whatever it is it might be for 100 years. And make sure to share your stories and look out for their content as well, because it sounds like it's going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing those stories myself, and for those little bits you're going to be bringing out throughout the year as well.
Absolutely. I believe
absolutely.
that our community will actually be able to join the celebrations over the social medias very, very soon.
Ooh, what makes you say that, Nimrod?
I just got an internal message.
Hunch.
I just got an internal message, and Chad, you know us. So first of all, we also prepared some kind of video trailer. So Philip, if you are ready, and if the gods of technical issues are not looking at this moment, we might be able to play it for you, Chad. So go for it, Philip, whenever you're ready.
I love that.
love
I
that
absolutely
as well.
love that. Driving the next 100
Drive the
years.
next
That is
100
cool.
years. Yes,
That
please.
is cool. Maybe I'm just biased. I think they're both very nice. We've seen both trailers. I think they're both very good in their own rights. Maybe Kenworth takes the
Yeah. They do. No, they do. But massive shout out to our team who created this video with Mr. Chenda and also with Mrazik, our map designer, who created a special scene for this trailer. You know, to be able to recreate your photos. Bree, Sarah, I believe you recognize the mountain-ish place at the beginning of the trailer from your photos we got from you. So we tried the best to, you know, to join the celebrations on all our assets as well. And so yeah, Chet, I believe you guys are waiting for the information, and yeah, I can confirm that this amazing complete rework of the amazing legendary truck, along with the special limited anniversary edition, has been now released to American Truck Simulator. So it's a free update for everyone. If the Steam doesn't start downloading the update for you automatically, just give it a restart and it should be there. It should be there for you, for all of you, and we can see you as well joining the celebration over social media, posting your screenshots for your first rides in this anniversary trim, anniversary edition. And so yeah,
Please
it's out
yeah.
and available now.
And
That's
maybe,
it. Go get out there. Go get trucking. Yeah. Go on, Dan. What are you going to say?
maybe I can point out that
Please.
people, you don't need to try to recreate it in upgrade shop. It's already preset
predefined, yeah.
in the
Just
dealer
visit the
shop.
Kenworth truck dealer in the game and you will find the exact trim all set up for you. So you don't need to worry if you have everything correct. It's there waiting for you just to hop in and start delivering your first celebration deliveries, I would say.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you really, really like the truck, you can head to your real-life Kenworth dealer and ask about buying a truck as well, because they're available. Limited edition.
Yeah, you probably
take
won't
advantage
get
of that.
your hands over the 1 out of 900. But
There actually
maybe
are
if
a
you're
few
lucky.
left. They are not fully sold out yet. So if you really are determined,
There's a few more.
head
Heard
out
that,
to your,
Chet.
to your
Heard that,
Kenworth
Chet.
dealer.
Convince some friends of yours, or if you're a trucker yourself, then maybe that sounds enticing to you. But no, a massive congratulations to Kenworth and Dan as well, and everyone involved in this project. It's such a huge project that's taken place leading up here for the 100 years of Kenworth, and we couldn't be more proud for this cooperation to happen.
Absolutely.
And to bring these beautiful, special edition trucks into the game and the remodel as well to celebrate Kenworth, and we couldn't think of a more worthy celebration. So once again, congratulations to both sides, but even more so to Kenworth. We thank you for everything and being allowing us to have this project and to bring it to life virtually so that everyone can enjoy it virtually as well. I know our community is going to absolutely love it, and like Nemo said, share your first journeys with it using the hashtag. You can use the hashtag Kenworth100ATS is the hashtag if you want to share some ATS content there.
Don't forget to tag
the
Kenworth social media profiles anywhere, no matter if it's gonna be Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Share the love with them.
Spam them. Make their
Yes.
phones blow up. That's what you want to do. So yeah, honestly, it's been so awesome checking out this truck with you and learning about Kenworth stories, about what you do at Kenworth, and despite all the little technical glitches and everything
Sorry
like
for that.
it's been an amazing time with you both, Brianna and Sarah. We've really enjoyed your time here with us on the stream. We couldn't thank you enough for taking the time out of your morning to be with us, because it is still early morning, I believe, over there, about 10 a.m. now, probably, right? So about time for a late breakfast or brunch or something like that in the near hour or so. So yeah, we're very, very excited to get everybody in those trucks and getting out there and celebrating 100 years of Kenworth. And we only hope that you're going to enjoy the rest of the celebrations that got to come as well. I'm sure there's a lot of work on your plate as well over at Kenworth. Still a lot of things happening, right, Sarah?
Absolutely. It's going to be a busy year, but we're really, really looking forward to it and to sharing the excitement with everybody around Kenworth.
Absolutely. And Brianna, are you going to be heading out to a few expos as well? You got a pretty busy schedule ahead.
Yeah, if you're going to be at Matt's, I'll see you guys there.
Yes, looking forward
I think that's
to it.
going to be kind of the big kickoff because we've also got a history trailer that'll be showcasing our history, and that'll be traveling with us to a few locations, starting first with Matt's.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome stuff. There you go. Well, chat, you heard it there. If you're in the area, make sure to go visit Matt's. It's a great expo. I've not had the privilege of going, but I know Nimro is going to be there with a few others. Kenworth are going to be there, and I think that's all you need to know. That's the main event. That is the best thing to go and see at the expo. So definitely go check out both those stands in the area as well. So no, honestly, it's been fantastic. And Dan, I know as well you've worked hard with your team there as well, so thank you again for being here yourself as well, taking the time out of your busy schedule. I'm sure you've got a lot more projects you've got to be working on, but keeping secret. I'm sure we can't spill any beans here at this time.
Speaking of more projects, maybe I can leak that this is not for the last. This is not the last time Kenworth and us are going to cooperate. So don't worry, Chad. We have more stuff prepared for you in this year, right?
I think buyers will notice some of the pins that maybe have some potential to be extended.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So I think this is definitely not last time, and thank you for having me, Alex and everyone.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. And again, fantastic work on the truck here to you and all the team involved. It's really awesome to see. Well, unfortunately, as quickly as we're here, we are running out of time. Right? Exactly, yeah. I mean, 100 years just like that, and an hour just like that. So, I mean, it's crazy how fast time goes. But chat, we appreciate you being out here with us today, celebrating 100 years of Kenworth. We thank you all for your support as well. Maybe Sarah and Bree, we can get a couple of kind of closing words from you as well. If you want to say anything to our community, starting with Sarah.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for joining in the celebration. We're really, really excited to see how you guys get to use and drive this Kenworth 100 Special Edition W9L in ATS. I just can't thank this team enough, and Bree for leading the partnership with SCS to make this happen. I actually have a simulator at home, and it was so cool to see this, not to see this particular truck yet, but to see a W9 and to drive it around in my own house. It was just absolutely awesome. So really, really excited for the partnership and to be able to celebrate the 100 years with you all.
Heck yeah. And Brianna, would you like to add on to that as well?
Yeah. I echo what Sarah said. I mean, this is going to be a really exciting year. And I think one thing we forgot to notice or mention was for our first employee party this year, we actually had a trial run of a W9. And it didn't win most popular game that we had, but we had a line constantly. People had no idea that this game was out there, and they were blown away as they were playing with the whole steering wheel and pedal setup, an 18-speed shifter. So it was really fun to get to share that with our own employees as well, to show them what we're doing with this partnership.
Yes, absolutely. And I can't wait to see that.
I believe
that
after the call,
we should in the summer too. It'll be back for our second employee party as well later this year. And then we'll get to actually drive the 100th anniversary trucks in the game with employees will get to do it. And that's going to be just so special.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I believe
that's really cool.
I believe we can support you guys with with some digital codes for the game for your employees or something like that. Let's stay in touch and let's figure out something special for your guys and colleagues as well.
Sounds great. Sounds really cool. Well, that's very exciting to hear. I'm looking forward to hearing more, and obviously keep an eye on our socials as well for updates in the future. Maybe you might see something that will interest you in the future with Kenworth. But otherwise, though, chat, unfortunately, that is all we have time for. Again, thank you so much all for being here. It's been a real pleasure. And we hope that you enjoy celebrating Kenworth's 100-year anniversary with this special truck and remodel. There'll be a blog and everything following soon with more details. And also you can rewatch the trailer as well on our YouTube channel. We'll make sure to share that as well in the near future. So unless there's anything else left to be said, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
We hope that you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you again soon for the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.